Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, sliding your land. Hopping the sprinters. Tore the underworld, popping the mentor. Landed the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We up and squeeze, tuck it and leave, we leaving a stain. Fuck up for breeze, running up banks, causing a crash and feather the feds. Moorish the fashion, horse was smashing, kicking the door. Wait on 4 it was blasting, mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm as Bentley receipts. Washing the benches, we rinse and repeat. Century of self, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning, flooded the brightling. The hunger was biting, biting.
Indeed, yes, indeed, yes, indeed, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Melanin Mondays. Yes, you are now rocking with the best. This is episode 252, featuring your host with the most, Brother Red Pill, reporting live and direct. Greetings, family. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing on this beautiful Monday? Love and light. All right. So let's start it off by seeing who is in the building tonight. All right. Let's go ahead and do the roll call. Yes, you said you love the early shows. I do as well. You know what I'm talking about? Get you in and get you out right in time. All right. We got San Francisco in the building. Shout out to San Francisco. Shout out to Chesapeake. You dig? Shout out to Chesapeake. Shout out to Memphis. All right. See you, Memphis. We got Mableton, Georgia in the building. Shout out to Mableton. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like it's real peaceful in Mableton. Shout out to Mableton. Shout out to Dayton. Shout out to East Flatbush. Shout out to Barbados in this thing. Dallas, Fort Worth. Look, we got Fort Worth, then we got Dallas back to back. You can't make this up. Cleveland in the building. Wilmington, Delaware up in this joint. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we got Cali up in this thing. Khalifa. Yeah. Heavy California energy. Shout out to the West Side. It was just about a week ago I was out there. Well, 7 days. You know, we don't say week. But yeah, shout out to the West Coast. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, shout out to Bama, Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, yeah. Y'all didn't give us a part two, Bama, this weekend. We was waiting. Waco, Texas. All right, Norfolk in here. You dig? Shout out to Norfolk. Shout out to Waco. You know what I'm saying? I saw it on Netflix, but I didn't watch it. They got something about Waco. I'm gonna go check that out. Yes, yeah, it is. I'm gonna go check it out. Um, give me 1 minute, y'all. Miami, Detroit, Los Angeles, Norfolk. You dig? Wilmington. You live in the home of the biggest scammers. You know what I'm talking about? The Biden family, the Biden crime syndicate. Them niggas is heartless. They be working in broad daylight. You know what I'm talking about? They don't have no you know, niggas is relentless. But yeah, shout out to Delaware, shout out to Philly, shout out to Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, you dig? Shout out to all of y'all. Who's been catching the festivities for the Hip Hop 50? Fair warning, majority of the show will be a divine reflection of, you know, this whole anniversary, this whole nostalgia event about hip hop. You feel me? Because you know that's my love language. That's the language that I love to speak with y'all. I love to hear it. You know what I mean? We did a show with the good brother with the good brother Ra Aku. This was on Friday. So if you missed this show, I highly suggest you go and check it out. You feel me? We put it down and whatnot. Shout out to Raku. He came with the Cosmo physics. You know, he came with the high level observation and birth chart on hip hop. And yeah, he broke it down. So definitely go and check that out, especially if that's your thing. And yeah, coming up too, let me just make a quick announcement. We have DMT 23, which is short for Dark Matter Timing 23. And this is going to be an art show, right? Slash lecture in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. And this is going to be on September the 10th, which is a day after our Stone Mountain or our return to Stone Mountain with the family. You did? Because we going back to Stone Mountain on 9/9. I'll put that flyer up in a few minutes. So yeah, this thing right here is gonna be an experience that is something that I really am looking. I waited my whole life almost to do something like this, which is an art show with my brother and with AA, you know, being that we go way back when it comes to this art. You know what I mean? Me and him were in a school called Satellite West, which was a gifted school, a gifted high school for artists. You know, I was able to be in a gifted school. So yeah, on 9/9, we're gonna be going back to Stone Mountain in the ATL, Brother Rich, Black Magic 363, along with Noda Ledge, the Twin Pillars, KT the Arch Degree. We will be descending Crystal Mountain and we bringing people with us. This shit gonna be lit. Like when Kai Sinat was in New York giving out a free PlayStation, we gonna have the Crystal Mountain turned the fuck up. We gonna have it lit. We can have the people come out, and whoever needs to be there will be there. You know, nobody is being forced. It's a free event. Me personally, when I go to Stone Mountain, I make sure that they don't get 1 cent from me. Right? I don't go to their parking lots. I don't pay because if they want you to pay to park, I'm not with it. I'm not trying to put one dime into the coffers of the Stone Mountain associations. However, I would suggest taking an Uber or parking somewhere outside. You got to be a little, tactful with that. You know what I'm saying? or when you drive up to the front where the people are collecting money for before you go in the park. I told them before, I said I refuse to pay because this is indigenous land, and I'm just not going to pay to park on a mountain that my ancestors have, their role, their history in. And they let me in. This was 6 a.m. one morning. You know what I'm saying? White lady was the nice Becky was like, go forth. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Go forth in the name of your aunt. I was like, cool. But everybody might not be able to pull that one off. But yeah, Stone Mountain, 9-9. We're going up the mountain. We need this. This is something that is right on time, right? If we are to look back at the events that have transpired ever since our first trek up the mountain, which was 9/11, 2022, right? So if we just look at all of the events that begin to transpire ever since then, we could see that there's a laundry list of pieces moving on the chessboard, right? For a community and for people that are looking for a miracle to happen, right? For a miracle. Are we trekking up the mountain? Yes, we are. We not driving up the mountain. We not being carried up the mountain. We not we're walking up the mountain. You feel me? We are gonna be walking up the mountain. You dig? So yeah. You coming out on 9-9? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I need y'all to pull up. You feel me? I need y'all to pull up. This ain't about red pill. This is not a personal thing. This has nothing to do with if you like one of us or if you don't like this person or that person. That would disqualify you from, you just disqualifying yourself from something monumental, right? With no real merit, to be honest with you, because the mountain is big as fuck. You don't got to be around nobody that you don't like, you know. And idealistically, if you part of the solution, when the call is made, you are required to show up. That's how that shit works where I'm from. When the call is made, because this ain't no twerking contest, you feel me? This ain't no this ain't a debate. This ain't a lecture. You feel me? This ain't nothing personal. This is not to get followers and none of that dumb shit. This ain't to take selfies. This is not that. This is a spiritual moment where the collective could come together without getting permission from Shay Whiting. 6:45 a.m. Eastern. 6:45 a.m. Eastern. If you have trouble descending or ascending the mountain, you will be helped. You will be assisted by young people who can assist you in your trek. Because I assisted a young lady on her way down twice. You feel me? I was of assistance twice, and it felt great to be of service, and if you need any service, just make sure that you're there early and you will be assisted, right? If you don't get there at 6:45 and you're not able to follow the collective, still encourage you to come. When some people wake up late and they beat up themselves and they have these nervous break. No, get your ass in the Whippington or the Uber helicopter and still make it. I remember coming down the mountain and groups of people were still going up the mountain. But once again, they understand like we understand. It's really not about us particularly. We could leave the mountain. The energy is on the mountain. You're tapping into the grid, to the crystal, and you're going on this crystal and you're manifesting whatever it is that you want to manifest. You're affirming your affirmations. You know what I'm saying? You're standing on top of the mountaintop, like MLK said. I've been to the mountaintop, and you're looking at the whole damn Atlanta and then some. And you're speaking into all of the directions of the wind. and you're casting your spell. That's what you're doing while you're in the sun, the rising sun that is, on top of this crystal. And all of our people, if you believe we are who we say we are as a people, then you know the power of the people. And when the people are on that grid and whatnot, it's gonna, one brain is great, but what about two brains? Right? Like Jay-Z told y'all, 2 billionaires is better than one. Well, 2,000 brains is better than two. And when these hearts and these minds connect, anything is possible. So I'll see you on the mountain. You dig? I'll see you on the mountain. And the next day, to really take it home and to get the information, to get the artwork, to get the merch, to get the food, to get the experience, and to get the great times, the memories. Pull up. We only got limited seating for this right here, though. It will be available for online viewers. If you're not at the event, you can still be a participant, but we only have 60 slots available, and already we damn near halfway done with the slots. So if you want to be a part of this, the link is in the bio, KTL University. You'll see it at the top of the page, and go ahead and get your ticket and be a part of this experience that we have right here. A.A. Rashid, Blue Pillar 44, Red Pillar 44, Dark Matter Timing 23 or DMT 23. And before, we'll have more shows leading up to that so you can see exactly what you're in for. And I bet you didn't know that you have some master artists amongst you. And we're here to curate the culture because it's time for that, because this culture is art, right? And it hasn't been expressed as that yet. So it's definitely time to put forth the culture in the light that it needs to be seen, right? It is time to curate the culture before somebody else comes along and attempts to curate the culture. And that means war. That's one thing that I will guard with my life. And that's this culture that we've established and we've developed and whatnot. They really don't even need a name. I'm not with putting a name on what the fuck it is that we're doing or what's been done. Right? But one of the things that has gotten a name and one of the cultures and art forms that have been defined and whatnot, and it's been redefined a few times, is the culture of hip hop, right? The acronym stands for Higher Infinite Higher Infinite Power Healing Our People. Didn't hear nobody say that shit one time, right? I didn't hear that at Yankee Stadium. I didn't hear that at City Hall. I didn't hear that on 125th Street. I didn't hear that at Rock the Bells. That just goes to show you what the fuck is going on with this culture. Now, I got on Brother Richard's show and I was very optimistic because I went from the doubting Thomas to the optimistically optimistic red pill, right? I don't like to deal with a lot of pessimism. You feel me? I'm an optimist to the point where it hurts, right? And I gave that energy on that platform. So I have to bring a balance, right? It's only right because I don't want to come on this platform and begin to parakeet the same things that I said on that platform. So tonight I'm going to present the critiques of 50 years of hip hop rather than do the quote unquote feel goodisms or romanticize the culture. And it's only right and it's only fair because me, with the name and the title Red Pill, I can't run away from unpacking, decoding, and quote unquote, destroying, right? Deconstructing, right? Because that's the style of fashion these days and whatnot. Deconstruction, right? That's what you find with the gallery department, these $600 jeans and shit. All of that ripped up, niggas wearing bell bottoms and stacked jeans and everything. It's all about deconstruction. That's what Virgil got popular doing with the Nikes. He was deconstructing them. So it's time to begin to deconstruct the culture. But it's not really time to do it because the fact that we're here, the fact that we are here, the fact that we exist, the fact that we have been out here for about a decade, not just us, it's not a us thing, it's a we thing, right? My contemporaries, and then my elders and whatnot, and then the elders that precede them, right? We've been dismantling, deconstructing, decoding and whatnot, and breaking shit down and rebuilding it, right? And we've been rebuilding things. So Here's my first critiques about the 50 years of hip hop. Let's begin. All right. What was very apparent to me and what needed no explanation, right, is the fact that Africa Bambaataa, who is remember, because prior to his allegations and him being outed and whatnot, and I'm going to speak about that too in a minute, prior to all of that stuff, right, there was always a mentioning of the two twin quote unquote godfathers of the culture. You didn't mention Kool Herc without Africa Bambaataa. You didn't mention Africa Bambaataa without throwing Kool Herc in there. They two were inseparable to the point where sometimes they would be like, yo. But now in this new conversation, the August 11th conversation, they've been holding up Kool Herc as the godfather, and homie has been Akhenaten out of history. And that's crazy. And it's crazy to me because me personally, Red Pill, if anybody was following us, you would know that I'm not capping when I say this and whatnot. You remember the scene in Goodfellas where they brought my nigga to get his button? You remember that scene? When they went into the house and my nigga Nicky saw that it was empty? And there was a team that they sent to go and pick Nicky up and bring him to get his motherfucking button. But that button was a Joe button. It was a button to the back of his head because they blew his fucking brains out. Right? That's how I feel when I look back at what happened with the Africa Bambaataa shit, because as the media at that time and the fact that we had to speak on it, I feel like we was the one that put the kill shot in Africa Bambaataa. Right? That whole shit with him and Hassan Campbell, we brought that. We said, we told the community we got to talk about that. That has to be highlighted. Nobody was talking about it. They didn't want to touch it for a moment. But then it got to a point where it couldn't be ignored and nobody was giving us any answers. And then they called the press conference. You know? And that man was instrumental in resurrecting the conscious community in New York City. He has a lot of contributions to the quote. That's why the community died the day that Africa Bambaataa was put on that cross. You understand? Or I would say that iteration of the community, because it lives on, right? But it couldn't go any further after Bambaataa fell, right? How could it go any further when the foundation falls? You feel me? That whole shit with Polite and all of it, with Sinetta falling out, that was the after effect. It already fell with Bambaataa because he was the foundation to New York consciousness. Just being behind the scenes and the things that he was able to do, and the way that he set up the National Black Theater for Mondays and Wednesday classes. Monday classes was the classes with Ali Muhammad and whatnot. It is a cornerstone in the evolution of Black conscious, fuck New York consciousness, Black consciousness all around. And then the Wednesday classes with Taj Tariq and Ras Mariah Bey, the Moorish classes, civics and heritage, which went on for about 9 years, okay, on Wednesdays at the National Black Theater. Those were cornerstones in the evolution of many of the names and the people that you know, the Sabir Beys, right? The Sabir Beys of the world, the Marrakush, the Cheyenne, the liberators of the world. You feel me? It was mad people that were coming out of those classes, and those classes were very instrumental in everything that was going on behind the scenes. So it's crazy that they emitted that his name is emitted from the conversation, right? I could say that he did it to himself. You feel me? The fact that he was given the opportunity to explain what was going on and speak on the issue and whatnot, he decided that he wanted to go to another source. He wanted to go to another media outlet, which was Lisa Evers. And she has no ties whatsoever to a community that had to hold this man's name up and whatnot and stand on business to protect them. And he abandoned us. So he's been, it's unfortunate. I'm gonna just leave it at that. The weight of it, I don't even know if people understand. We're talking about $1 trillion culture. We're talking about a global culture, bro. We're talking about this man was known more than Kool Herc. He was more active than Kool Herc. He's more global than Kool Herc because Bambaataa moves around the world as a DJ, right? Kool Herc is known, but Kool Herc wasn't as active as Bambaataa up until these days. You understand? The fact that they're bringing out Kool Herc in his elderly years and whatnot, and the fact that we have $1 trillion culture, and the fact that you could get sponsors like Google, Meta, right? Citibank, T-Mobile, and all of these entities, but Kool Herc, right, doesn't have a trust fund. I know what people look like when they got trust funds. I know how they walk. I know how they hold their head up and whatnot. I just know that it's a certain type of there's an aura that you'll pick up when you become right. And you know what right means? Right means that you know that your grandchildren's grandchildren is good. That's what right is. You know, not only did you pull your family out of poverty, black man, right? I'm talking to black men right now, especially, not only black women, but black men especially, because it's us that got to maintain the last name. So your number one duty is to pull your mama or your family out of poverty when you get on. And then after that, you pull your grandchildren's grandchildren out of any potential poverty that will try to visit them just because you know how this shit is set up. That's success. Fuck what you heard. That's a first measure of that bitch. Then you start building from there. But if you don't get home right, if you don't do certain steps in the initial steps, then your foundation is not right. So the foundation of hip hop is not right because the pioneers are not taken care of. Yeah, they got jerked. Yeah, they wasn't around when the big money started flying around. Yeah, nobody owes them shit. They don't. Theoretically, they're owed nothing. However, as a culture that grew out of the struggle and whatnot, as a culture that grew out of the motherfucking basement hooky parties, as a culture that grew out of the community centers, as a culture that grew out of them burning ass buildings in the Bronx, let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something. Because a lot of y'all, once again, I hold nobody to any fault. I would sound like a goofy if I would hold somebody to a fault about when they was born.
For rising out of the rubble, for giving a voice to those who were silenced, for never staying silent, for innovating everything you touch, for showing us how to spin on our heads without losing our balance, for turning gray walls into art, for turning us into entrepreneurs, and for showing us that everything is possible, for holding space for everyone wanting to participate, for the joy and hope you give, for showing us that we can use what we got and don't need anything else, for teaching us how to turn something old into something new again and again, for being unapologetically you, for teaching us respect, for never standing still, for always evolving, always staying fresh, for showing us our potential, for making the world more exciting, for making dreams come true. Thank you for saving lives, for saving my life over and over again. Thank you to the fathers and mothers, to the pioneers who birthed this beautiful culture, and to those who have and continue to keep it alive. Thank you for hip hop. Thank you for the past 50 years. Thank you, hip hop, for rising out of the rubble, for giving a voice to those who were silenced, for never staying silent, for innovating everything you touch.
We could say a lot of negative things about hip hop and treat that shit like it victimized us and whatnot. Like if it made you smoke crack, it made you, lame. You feel me? It made you, scary and whatnot. You can't blame hip hop for none of our shortcomings, right? We can't do that. And we can't blame hip hop for being taken over by the big fish and whatnot. That shit was born out of nothing. It was born out of poverty, real poverty. It's not speculatory, right? I don't give a fuck where you from. Look at this shit. This is poverty, bro.
Without losing our balance.
This was poverty. Let me turn the music down. Just look, nigga. That was poverty. That's roaches, bro. That's fucking rats, nigga. That's government cheese, bro. That's penny candies, bro. That's not having more than $100 in your savings, my nigga. That's abandoned buildings. That's being robbed everywhere that you go for your sneakers and your fucking socks and your pants. We came up in real poverty, bro. Real fucking poverty, right? Niggas was forgotten about in the 70s. The buildings was burning. It wasn't money in the streets like that. The money came with crack. Motherfuckers never seen that amount of money in their lives, bro. Never. They could have never fathomed $100,000 a week. Do you understand what the fuck happened to the minds of these fucking latchkey kids and these man-childs and these little niggas that have ringworms and peed in the bed? These niggas, these Gerber babies, these niggas, oh hell nah, they ran with that. And remember, in the days of Bumpy and them and Nicky Barnes, everybody couldn't just sell heroin. And heroin is not the same as crack. It's different. But when the crack shit hit, more people were able to participate. You had runners, you got gunners, you got lookouts, you got people cooking up. It was a lot of employment. Me and AA was talking earlier. When I was growing up, sneakers was $30. All of them classic sneakers that they be remaking and shit and redoing, they was $30. I remember if your mama gave you half a man, you could get 2 pairs of New Balance, nigga. Jordans was like $60, bro. Nigga, do you understand what happened? That money came flooding in. And remember, the rappers were not talking about selling crack in the 80s. That's the beautiful thing about Hip Hop 50. Let me be balanced tonight. I'm not going to be all negative. I'm going to be balanced. I'm going to juggle this shit. I'm going to give you positive, negative, negative, positive. So the positive is this, right? The video that I just showed you. The fact that blame your poverty on somebody else, my nigga. Blame it on your mind state. Blame it on the fact that you're not an alchemist and whatnot. Blame it on the fact that you were struggling to find yourself, but the music took you places that you didn't belong, right? It took you places that you probably wasn't ready to go to. It took you to places and just left you there and whatnot. But did it kill you? It made you stronger. It taught you lessons. It helped you refine your character and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's like trying to separate yourself from the fucking tap water that you used to drink. You know what I'm talking about? It's impossible. The shit is in your veins. So deal with it. I don't want to entertain this victimhood shit about the frequencies and what hip hop done did to you niggas. You feel me? No. Whatever the fuck I did, I'm grown enough to admit, nigga, I did it to myself. I made those decisions. Yeah, I had a soundtrack. The shit sound dope, niggas. I had a fucking soundtrack. I had a few of them. But these are the decisions that, yes, I was definitely suggested from comic books. I was into the villains. I was into cartoons. I was following Destro and them niggas movement, right? I was down with Cobra Commander. Castle Grayskull. Me and Blue had Castle Grayskull along with He-Man. It was balanced, nigga. I had as much G.I. Joe, Duke and them niggas, the good guys, as much as I had motherfucking Cobra Commando and Destro and all of them niggas in Zanzibar and all of them. And Xantar and them. Yeah, whoever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about. Anti-heroes. Remember the hero's journey. Remember we've had conversations about our affinity to nihilism. Remember, because we live in a nihilistic, dystopian society. That's where we come from. That's what we were risen out of. We're not making it up. It's not like niggas is trying to be poor and whatnot. We're not trying to reach out for sympathy and say, oh, we were struggling, feel bad for us. Nah, we just saying, I don't give a fuck where you from, my nigga. Down south, backwoods. I don't give a fuck if you from the West Coast. Some of you was born with silver spoons in your mouth. Some of you was born in cul-de-sacs and whatnot. Some of you niggas is born in glass mansions. All I'm saying is the environment that we come from. The whole fucking New York. This wasn't This wasn't just delegated to the Bronx only. This shit was everywhere. Crime, lack thereof, poverty, robberies, you know what I'm saying? Gangs. You talking about Bloods in the Crip. Did you see the fucking Warriors? We had mad gangs. Then it turned into crews and then posses. And then back to gangs. I remember when the streets, they used to walk in the streets 100 deep, gangs, nigga, and you couldn't walk through them. You had to find a way around that shit, bro. So we come from an environment, and it's not about trying to prove who has the most dangerous hoods and whatnot, because that's not the fucking, I'm not trauma bonding with you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm damn sure not gonna poverty bond with you either. Because that was then. This is now. We done pulled our stuff up out of that. Brush your motherfucking shoulders off. Nigga, the Bronx is gentrified, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? They got castles in the Bronx. They got castles in Brooklyn and Harlem too. Niggas is not dusty no more. Fuck is you saying? I know people making $1 million a month and they're not selling drugs. And they still got swag. You know what I'm talking about? I know people who didn't have to take the oath and they living good. And hip hop played a part in that. And I know people who use their craft, whether it was being an artist, whether it was a graphic artist, whether it was a 3D artist, whatever the fuck they did, whether they did apparel and whatnot. You got people designing clothing brands. This is hip hop. This is hip hop, nigga. This is hip hop. All of this is hip hop. You know what I'm talking about? It's not rap. It's the graffiti. It's the fucking dance. It's the motherfucking MCing. It's the DJing. It's everything. It's the whole, it's how we dress. It's how we walk. It's how we talk. It's how I deliver consciousness. I'm not delivering consciousness like I come from the 60s. And I'm aware of that. My operating system is different. You know what I'm talking about? And when I want to tap into another operating system from the 60s, I tap into somebody from that operating system. But a nigga can't tell me nothing about infinite power healing our people because I live this shit. This is me. You know what I'm talking about? The good and the bad. I take my shots, whatever the fuck it takes. Whatever the negatives, I just take it with the whole package. Whatever. Nigga, I'm not crying about this shit. This shit ain't victimized me. You know what I'm talking about? I made my own album. Hold on. I designed my own shit, bro. I paved my own way. That's what hip hop did for me, bro. That's what hip hop did for me, bro. It allowed me, right, to do what I wanted to do my way. You feel me? and I didn't ask permission from nobody. I didn't come on the scene and start trying to sound like I was an elder, my niggas. Well, theoretically speaking, we're gonna do this exponentially. No, niggas. We brought a whole lifestyle. We were able to integrate higher thought and higher living and not quote unquote compromise, right? The integrity of the culture. So we were able, because Black consciousness is hip hop. It's the fifth pillar, right? If my guy didn't cancel himself, Africa Bambaataa, he would have been on Yankee Stadium stage. He would have been at every fucking event, right? Because that's the kind of dude, he was at everything. Everything in the every debate, every lecture, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, Bam was right there, bro. Gene Arnold was right there. Pam from Martin, right? Because if you follow her on social media, you know that Pam Arnold is fucking beyond woke. She's beyond woke and beyond, she's conscious. You understand? She's not on some woke. She's because her father, Gene Arnold, is a pillar in the conscious community. You did? He's a pillar. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The Woo, Master P, E40, Too Short. You understand? They showed you. Slim Thug, they showed you. If you believe in yourself, DJ Screw, DJ Clue, if you believe in yourself, you could create yourself. You could make yourself. You could build yourself up. Everybody got a story. You all got to start somewhere. You don't know where the fuck you're going to end up, but you got to start somewhere. Hold on. Let me show you something. Give me 1 minute. Quick commercial.
My blurs, came to drop down on earth. Me, y'all blurred.
I was at an event this weekend, right? Shout out to all of my blurs and whatnot. I was at an event this weekend, a tech event in Atlanta. Black is Tech. The shit was lit. I'm talking. Our people are in the tech space doing big things. Don't let nobody tell you no different, nigga.
It's tech, ladies. Yeah, me and my blurs, came to drop down on earth. Me and y'all blurs fans. You something sticky in this cycle, you know what I mean? We on it, final check type shit. And I'm learning AR, VR, AI. Come jump in the future with tech. This shit is esoteric. These minerals sit on my neck. Came from a planet, tell me your guess. I pick up these hoes in the UFO. She asking me what is my phrase. I told her it's esoteric. Look, baby, this esoteric. What is that, tech? Yeah, I put a thought in their mind. Gave them new tracks, they feeling exotic. Yeah, they be okay for this ride. I made a program, it pay all her bills. Yeah, she like them niggas with skills. I'm on the phone with Satoshi. We finna build us a crypto. Now your boy work from a terabyte. Yeah, I feel like Nas in this rap shit. And if this the Matrix, then I am the Neo. I took the red and the blue pill. And I get knowledge from red and blue pill. I'm funding hoes like a hedge fund. We went from starter to startup. 2 years later, now nigga got bought out. They think it's magic, it's really new science. I know it's weird, but you can't say I'm lying. I'm riding my own wave, and it gave me some motion. Now I got the whole world surfing my ocean. Taking my boys from the hood to the high. We tryna build for ass in the night. I be one deep with that gun on my right. Glocky, I put the Glock to his mind. I put a prompt in the chat GPT. Now I got multiple lives. This is one hell of a high. This is one hell of a ride. I'm learning AR, VR, AI, nigga. Come jump in the future with tech. Come jump in the future with tech. This shit is esoteric. These minerals sit on my neck. Came from a planet. Tell me your guess. I pick up these hoes in the UFO. She asking me what is my phrase. I told her this esoteric. What is that, tech? Look, baby, this esoteric. What is that, tech? Look, lady, this esoteric. This esoteric. Yeah. I put a thought in her mind. Yeah. They learning AR, VR, AI. Yeah. Come jump in the future with tech. Come jump in the future with tech. This shit is esoteric. This shit is esoteric. This shit is esoteric.
Yeah, man. I was looking for my CD, the Red Summer CD, but it's It's in a box somewhere. But yeah, this is one of the albums right here. A classic, right? A bona fide classic. Let me take y'all real quick because we doing hip hop, so we got to get on our hip hop ish, right? So let's go to my page real quick. I'm gonna take y'all to my top 10 conscious artists, right? Because everybody's doing their tops and everything. So I gotta pay homage to the artists, right? That are responsible. E-Bass, you a legend, bro. I got the one of the illest bass players on this planet. Like I said, we tapped in with some legends, especially when it comes to this music shit. Like the fact that I got Cambada as an executive producer on Scorpion King. I dropped this in 2016. I was doing mixtapes, KTL radio mixtapes, all the way up to this. I already had some classics, but you know, as an artist, you gotta have a lot of confidence to do a whole album, my niggas. You feel me? You gotta have a lot of confidence in yourself, right? So what did hip hop do for me personally? It helped give me confidence. It helped me feel like I was the shit to myself, which is important to my mental health, right? Like Erica Badu said, I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit. You feel me? I'm sensitive about my shit. So when I was confident enough, right? When I was confident enough in my skills, because like I said, this is something that I'm a visitor into this world and whatnot of the rappers, right? They looking at me like, damn, fam, you a teacher. Nah, fam. I'm God. I do everything. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? I'm GPT, nigga. What are we talking about? I'm multimodal. I'm a polyglot. Don't ever put me in a box. You feel me? I belong in a tesseract. Don't put me in no box. Niggas is bigger than the box, brethren. So, Scorpion King is the first album. That's a classic, right? I'm biased because I put the shit out, but yeah, nigga, go ahead and try, find out for yourself. It is not on streaming services because, it's one of those holdouts. It may see it one day though. I'm gonna just put it out there like that. I'm in negotiations. It may see the streaming platforms. But this is a fucking classic. Hit after hit after hit after fucking hit. Then the next album on my top 10 rap hip hop. This is my God Hop 50. I'm gonna show you my hip hop 50 because I know how to separate the two. Because keep in mind, God Hop is not the same as hip hop, right? No disrespect, respectfully. God Hop is the evolution of hip hop. It's when hip hop grew up and woke up and got some consciousness. Then the gods start making music, my geniuses, and that's what we call God Hop. And this was the soundtrack of the conscious community coming up. Many of y'all wasn't even here yet, but this is the music that powered this motherfucking movement when it was coming up. Before a lot of the people that you even know right now that you've been introduced to through Instagram and TikTok before they even existed. Same way with the Hip Hop 50, they're bringing out Melly Mel, they're bringing out Sha Rock, the first lady. Do you know the MC Light, the first female to put out an album, the first sister, right? Who was the first one to go platinum? The first one to go platinum was Yo-Yo, I believe, right? No, the Brat was the first one to go platinum, bro. I never knew these things. I was learning a lot watching a documentary about the ladies in hip hop on Netflix, one of those must-see type of things, right? So definitely tap in with them. But it's important to learn. Yeah, Roxanne fucking Shantae, my nigga. You gotta know the story about who come, even if you a spitter and whatnot. Do you know how I feel for y'all who was born in like the 2000s and shit like that, and you rap, but you don't know the story about the shit that came before. You didn't know the Wu-Tang story. You don't know Melly Mel's and them story. You don't know Grant. You don't know the Cold Crush Brothers story. You don't know about Run DMC and their catalog type shit. You didn't experience it. Nothing wrong with that. However, how the fuck ever, bro? That has to account for something. Because the people that experienced that, it's almost like a gamma ray. The motherfuckers that stood and was able to get that download, nigga, they different. It's a different conversation. Do you understand? You could go and study it and everything, and that's great. And people are studying it because they're getting introduced to these names, and they're like, oh shit, let me go check the catalog out. Oh, that sounds great. Oh man, he was riding the beat. But yeah, different. The experience. I wish they come out with something where a nigga could sell his experience. Cause I'll be at I'ma build me a trap house to sell these experiences, bro. Cause at the end of the day, that's really looking like the biggest asset in this bitch is the experiences that individuals have that actually seen shit and lived through some shit. You feel me? Niggas that got action in the tunnel in the unisex bathroom. Like, that's hip hop, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Getting some Becky at the tunnel, nigga. That's hip hop. Popping bottles with Big standing around, nigga. That's fucking hip hop, my niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Shaking down Mace, you know what I'm saying? At the Manhattan Center. You know what I mean? Nigga, that's hip hop. Fuck is you talking about? Getting the side eye from Little Kim, nigga, that's hip hop. Yeah, the experience. And for everybody that's like, yeah, I gave Waka Flocka a lap dance. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I smoked the L with Lil Baby. Everybody got their own experiences. You know what I mean? We all are rich. You feel me? We all are valuable. Nobody's experiences are better than the other one. Don't get it misconstrued that I'm saying people born in the 70s or the 80s have better or more richer or they're more valuable. However, I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is when you think about it, I just think differently. My mind is like 10 years into a whole nother epoch, my niggas. I know beyond a reasonable doubt that memories are going to be monetized in the very near future. Okay? I know this. So I'm just here to let you know, I'm putting it out there that your memory will be monetized. And the fact that you've experienced some shit and you've seen some shit, it's going to be an asset. It's going to be one of the greatest assets. You feel me? So let me get back to this top 10 of the God Hop and whatnot. Yeah, we're gonna eat Melly Mel's food in a minute, man. We're gonna deal with the elder turned older, you know. Batman Mafia, A.A. Rashid's first album. If you haven't heard this shit, then once again, I don't mean y'all got y'all list of artists that y'all listen to, and that's great. But this is foundation right here. You feel me? This is foundation. You feel me? Trina gave you a kiss in the 5th grade. Legend. You know what I'm talking about? Legend. Yeah. You feel me? Batman Mafia. You know? Shit fire. He was in his bag on this album. I shit you not. Cyrock, the sharecropper's daughter. Unequivocally the mother of God Hop. Not the godmother, the mother of God Hop. Cyrock, hands down. Soul Messiah, right? The duo right there, unstoppable. The twin album, Red and Blue Pillar, shit came out in 2018. Yeah, I'm talking about. We was in a place in this community where niggas try to shit on us. You know what I'm talking about? And we had to shit on these niggas and make our way and do our own fucking thing. And that's exactly what this album represented. Us basically doing our own thing and us, reinventing and moving in a whole nother direction. And this was paying homage to Twin, right? Our street persona. Red and Blue Pill, not really Twin, right? Phil Figure and felony. You know what I'm talking about? When we was outside. So it's more of a coming of age project, a reflection, heavy poetry, heavy bars. You know what I mean? 22 songs. This was very monumental. Cyrox, Nebuchadnezzar, Fire, another classic. Holy Ghost, Cambada, Black Magic, classic. I don't even have to explain. They shook the world with this one. They raised the bar. You know what I mean? My favorite God Hop MC is Cambada. Hands down. Look, we don't even have to have a conversation about nothing else. And Pooh, New 13. He shocked the shit out of me when he dropped this. I did. It's not that I didn't know that he had it in him, but he introduced a whole new sound, and the brother proved that he was one of the greats with this project right here. Lunar Solar Duality, LSD, Cambada, fucking crazy, mind blown. Album, that was the album of whatever year it came out in. Lizzie Jeff, Diary of Prophecies of a Rap Priestess, all right? The godmother of this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? The West Coast Drizzy, nigga. Drizzy with Brizzies. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, she's her. You know what I'm talking about? That's her right there. And of course, to round out the number 10 of my top 10 God Hop albums, you dig? Yeah, the Red Summer dropped that in 2020, right? 14 cuts, chronicalizing the year 2020 through the lens of the Red Pillar in the form of the Red Summer. And that's a concept album. This album's supposed to be a whole movie. Yeah, but that part. So that was that. And then we're gonna get to the hip hop albums. And Christ Consciousness definitely comes in a second. There's a few albums that come in right after that. Christ Consciousness is definitely tied. I'm gonna say Christ Consciousness is tied at number 10, but you know, they didn't let me attach that because there's a limit of 10. Christ Consciousness is tied with number 10, and Dog Food is definitely an honorable mention. And there's other artists, and if I excluded you as an artist, there's no shots. You know what I mean? You just then you part of the top 20. All right. So my top 20 hip hop, my top 10 hip hop albums of this last 50 years, definitely Equipment Eye Outcast. These are personally for me, my impact. I'm replacing 2 albums that I put on this list with the new 2, and those new 2 will be Lauryn Hill's Miseducation of Lauryn Hill's and 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. I will remove 2 of these albums, and I'll tell you which 2 because I have to put those in their place. Slick Rick, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick, monumental impact on my life. One of the greatest storytellers. This nigga had the game on Lockington. Scarface of the Ghetto Boys, that's one of the albums that I'm going to remove, right? Scarface had a great impact, but not to the level of those 2 albums that I'm putting up there. Shout out to Scarface. Into the Wu-Tang, you already know. Ice Cube's America Most Wanted, you already know, one of my favorite albums. It was a trilogy, though. I can't pick this over the other 2, Kill at Will and the next one, Death Certificate, but they was all fire. The Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die legend. You know him. This is tied with with Life After Death for me. Machiavelli, hands down. All Eyes on Me. It would be tied with that as well. Illmatic, you already know. You know what I'm saying. The Legacy. Only Built for Cuban Links. Reasonable Doubt. Damn. Which one am I gonna remove for Lauryn Hill's album? Shit. I don't know about that. Okay, so I put 50 Cent right here. And because this is why, so I don't assault anybody from Texas. Texas is big love. There's no bias, right? Let me explain. So I don't get because that's a Scorpion right there. So you know it's Scorpion love, right? You know it's Scorpion love. That's one of my Scorpion King brothers right there, Scarface. I was scared when I heard this album. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I thought he was really gonna knock me off. I believed in what the fuck he was saying. I believe whatever he was selling me, I bought that shit, right? But like they broke down on Brother Rich's show. Do you blame Black Magic and Blue for this? The impact of Get Rich. This is about impact too, right? This is about impact. The impact, right? The fact that Curtis is, not to say that Scarface is not doing good financially or in his career. No, I'm not talking about that. The impact. The impact. Curtis Jackson made a greater impact in his build up and his movement and all that. So I got to give him that slot, right? No disrespect to Scarface. And then we got to find where the fuck does Lauren belong on this list. Like, I don't know who else who else can go. This is a tight ass list after that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who could get the fucking chop. But we not getting rid of Reasonable Doubt. That's for sure. You understand? That's not happening. We can't get rid of the Purple Tape. I would be lying if I didn't say the impact that this shit had on my psyche. A lot of things. It really made me fuck with the Wu-Tang in a whole nother way. Because once again, they gave us the anti-hero. They gave us the, you know what I'm saying? They gave us the archangel. You know what I mean? They gave us that side of the Wu, that edginess, that fucking darkness that many of us, we love that shit. You know what I mean? It was like a John Woo movie. We was into shit like that in the cinematic arena. We was into John Woo. We was into motherfucking all of that shit, hard boiled and whatnot. This shit was like hard boiled on wax. You know what I mean? The Professional, Gogol 13 type shit. I can't get rid of Illmatic because that's that's undeniably one of the greatest albums, and the impact of Illmatic is undeniable, right? Machiavelli, fuck out of here. B.I.G., fuck out of here. The only one in the crosshairs would be Cube and Slick Rick, And I don't know if I'm ready to let them go like that, But definitely Miss Hill played a big part, so she got to get up there somewhere. You said where's Mobb Deep? They get in my top 20. The top 20 is the rest. The next 10 will have Mobb Deep definitely in there. I think it's QB3. I think it's the cover where they were sitting at the table and Godfather Part 3. Was that the album or the Infamous? Yeah. Shit, I might even put Kim album up there. You feel me? I might even put Hardcore, because that shit was a shifter. You feel me? So what else did not like about the Yankee Stadium Hip Hop 50 celebration? And if you did not see it, you could go and check it out. Now, I know hip hop is full of vulgarities. From the men first, right? Niggas was talking about getting boxed, and they love talking about they wood and whatnot. They love rapping about their phallus, right? We were exposed to that at Yankee Stadium a lot if you were listening and whatnot. I was listening and I was like, damn, this shit is a little raunchy. Like, hip hop, when niggas give it to you and they deliver it to you, back to back to back, from Cameron talking about getting his balls licked to Lil Wayne talking about his lollipop to Too Short talking about these bitches. It was I wouldn't call it filth and whatnot, but it's like when we hear the girls talking about their punani and whatnot, and when we hear the girls completely lambasting in their their yoni juices and shit, we should not be offended, nor should we wonder and guess where did this come from, right? They've been priming the walls, of this quote unquote what they call prostitute rap for a long time, and it's not just the ladies that I'm talking about. It was a lot of phallus. It was a lot of, shit. The shit was kind of raunchy. You know what I mean? Not to say that we not all grown. I curse. You know me. I got a sailor's mouth. You know what I'm saying? However, catalog. People have catalogs, and Sometimes you don't got to pick the most raunchiest song out your catalog, like Suck It or Not. You feel me, Cam? My nigga, not to take anything away from you, King, right? Because you shining right now. I love, you know, we came in Harlem and cleaned up what happened in the wake of Dipset in 2005 moving forward. I just want to let y'all know that we came into Harlem and I saw the remnants of what happened to Harlem after the Dipset ran through that shit with the music, right? I saw the condition of young black women because if you're not from New York, you didn't know what the prototypical Harlem woman was. The prototypical Harlem woman back in the days, remember the video with DMX where he was by the Mart 125th and he bagged Shorty with the nice baby hair and she was a baddie, right? And she had clean skin, baby hair with the nice ponytail with a bubble, right? With the skin tight jeans. That was Harlem. Some of that was Keisha from Belly, nigga. That's what was in Harlem before Dipset ran through that shit. After that, it was Shorty that was in Belly that was fucking with DMX giving him top. Right? What was her name? She was a rapper. Vita? Man, her name was Vita, right? Yeah, after Dipset, all of the shorties was Vita. You know? We used to go out there, Grant's Tomb, Harlem Week, Brooklyn niggas, you understand? Going looking for a wifey. You know what I mean? Because that's what Harlem had. Harlem had the wifeys, wifey material. You could find them out there. They were top tier of New York City's women. Top tier, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Top tier. Yeah. With the bamboo earrings, right. You feel me? But that's not what we found later on in Harlem when they started wearing all red hair and getting you know, when they was getting sexed into these gangs and they became thotties and whatnot, and all of that changed, you know what I mean? And they started becoming pass arounds, and then the stock, nigga, the pedigree fell. So Cameron, I respect his remake. I respect the fact that he rebranded the shit out of himself. And he has one of the most successful sports podcasts right now. Nigga, come out on stage with the suit on. Talk your shit, my nigga. But we don't need Suck It or Not at the 50th anniversary of hip hop when you got a better catalog than that. You a grown ass man. Nigga, do Harlem. Do a Harlem song. Do Welcome to New York City. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to New York City. Yeah. The Rakim and Big Daddy show will not be low frequency because that's not what the golden era represented. Even when they was singing about box, they was calling it my buddy. Right? My buddy makes me ever so horny. And they was calling it my buddy. Right? Jimmy, and they was calling they wood Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? They were speaking in code. And they were talking about getting busy and whatnot. They was smacking bellies. They was talking about what we all like to do, but in a respectful manner. Harlem women was untouchable. I'm telling you, yo. Y'all don't understand. Harlem women was untouchable, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And then here goes my other critique. Where the fuck was Pete Rock and CL Smooth when they reminisce over you? I didn't see them at Yankee Stadium. I didn't see them at Rock the Bells. I didn't see these motherfuckers in any big stages where they celebrate in 50 years. Where the fuck is Trouble T. Roy? Where's Troy? Where's Pete Rock and CL Smooth? Because we got 100 dead rappers, my nigga. Come on, man. That's right. Sugar Hill had the sugar mommies. I'm trying to tell you, man. Sugar Hill had them sugar drops, nigga. And now Sugar Hill is what? That's like Spanish Harlem over there. They still sugary. They still sugaring. They try to cut Cam short. You know Cam and Mace had beef before, right? You know Cam disrespected him by keeping it going, and he did suck it or not. You know Cam said they're going to have to cut my mic off. Fuck that. Play the next song. That was disrespectful on Nas's fucking platform. Once again, he disrespected Nas's dead mother, bro. Them niggas had murder beat for a minute. Going back to the history. That's what I'm saying. Niggas got to be a little more respectful and whatnot. It's 50 years old with some grown man shit going on. Where the fuck is hip hop? Where's hip hop hooray? Where's OPP? Where the fuck is UNITY? Like, where's my buddy? These are the foundations. These are the foundations of this shit. They're moving the goalposts. They're kind of rebranding shit, bro. Nas is beefing with Pete Wright. Get over that shit. That nigga did he did one of the illest songs. Where the fuck is AZ? Nah, I've been Pete Rock is on his conscious shit, man. Pete Rock be tapped in. He be listening to some of these shows. You know what I mean? Pete Rock is the real one. Once again, if me and you made a classic, I don't have to be speaking to you. I don't have to like you, bro. It's not that serious. But we capture lightning in a bottle, right? You can't rewind success, right? If the stairs that you helped build, I walked up those stairs and something comes around and it's time for us to display the art that we created, I'm gonna put that shit to the side unless we got some type of on-site beef. CL was in the Bronx on Saturday. Respect. Blessings. Blessings. They did Rock the Bells. Blessings. They need to do that shit wherever the fuck they come up. Where the fuck is Will Smith at? As much as people want to say what they want to say, where's MC Hammer? Where's Will Smith? You understand? Where are these people at? Fuck it. Where the fuck is Vanilla Ice? Because you're going to have to tell the whole story. If you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. Where the fuck is MC Hammer, bro? AZ didn't make the Complex 50. Nigga, Mos Def didn't make the Complex 50. They put 50 Brooklyn rappers and Mos Def is not in there, bro. Classics never get old. That's why they're classics. Remember, we're talking about, y'all drink wine, right? Y'all know about aged, you know about vintage wine. You know about aged scotch. You niggas break the scotch out before they sign you up to raping you records and whatnot. Right? Shit gets better in time. That's how you're able to gauge or to quote unquote measure a classic. Did it age as well? Henceforth, why I could speak with my chest out about the music that I created and whatnot, because it aged like fine wine. The shit sounds hotter now than it did back then. You feel me? AZ was not in the Bronx on that fucking stage. That was the biggest stage, nigga. Yankee Stadium on August 11th in the Bronx is fucking live streamed around the world, and heavy hitters is on the bill, nigga. I would want to be there. If I was in this industry, nigga, and I'm part of classical history, nigga, I'm there. Huh? Even if bring me out. If the Jamaicans, if this shit was Jamaicans doing the dance hall niggas, they would bring everybody out. That's what they do. They bring niggas out. Why didn't it took Snoop Doggy Dogg to bring niggas out, bro? Where the fuck is Chubb Rock, niggas? Why they not talking about Heavy D, niggas? Come on, man. They're not representing this shit the right way. And here goes another critique. The niggas is pushing this shit. It's all corporate. Where the fuck is Special Ed at, bro? Where the fuck is Uncle Luke? Even though I saw him on BT, we can't take too much Two Live Crew, but still. Where is Jodeci? Where is Guy? Nigga, that's hip hop. Where the fuck is Grand Pooba? Grand Pooba was running things. That's what I be talking about. You can't do it all in one night. Granted. Boot Camp was at Rock the Bells. Great. They are legends. People don't give Buckshot the credit that he deserves. Buckshot had Brooklyn on lockdown in 1991. The Boot Camp Clique had the shit on fucking smash. Let the record show. Big pressure in Brooklyn and in New York when the Boot Camp Clique was running shit. When Buckshot and Smith and Wesson and them was doing what they was doing, them niggas had niggas in a fucking headlock, bro. Where's the Jungle Brothers? Why are they not? Brand Nubians had it on lock. Oh, they was at Rock the Bells. Where's Teddy Riley at with the New Jack Swing? Where's all the Most Def niggas at? Where's the whole Neo Soul shit at? Where the fuck is Das Effect? Why doesn't G-Rap have jibs? Why he don't got veneers, nigga? He talk about dealing with the Colombians. He was fucking with the Peruvians. It's 5 bands to get teeth. You niggas, you gonna talk about me? I'm gonna get my teeth, niggas. Y'all know that already. I know y'all aware of that, right? You know that I'm gonna get some teeth, right? You know what I'm talking about? I'm in media, niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some teeth, niggas. That's why I'm wearing these fucking fronts. You know what I mean? I'm wearing this grill for one more year, paying homage, and then it's new jibs, nigga. And I'm smiling on you, niggas, and I'm styling on you, and there's nothing you could do about it. Where's my niggas' teeth at? You understand? That's 5 bands. You can't give him 5 bands for a walkthrough and then take him right to Medellin, my niggas. I know the nigga doing Mario Montana, nigga. He's following me on IG. Get him some jibs. Everybody in the, where's MC Sham's fucking veneers, nigga? Where's the jibs at? Huh? How these influencers got new teeth and the OGs don't? Come on now. The new jibs changes everything, niggas. I didn't see X-Clan. Where's X-Clan? Where's Brother J? So it is a whole parallel universe where they're doing fucking concerts because they're not doing everything in New York. They're not doing everything in New York. So that's what I don't appreciate. These niggas is bringing out legends with no jibs. How you a toothless legend? That don't make sense. You know what I'm talking about? Not in a $1 trillion culture. Nah, fam. The teeth is everything. Not in a $1 trillion culture. Nah, fuck that. What? Yeah, Aguilar. Oh, they went crazy in Yankee Stadium. Sean P. What's Sean P? Sean P. dead. Yeah, EPMD. Look, Snoop brought out EPMD, Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. Snoop brought out Scarlet, nigga. And he brought out DJ Hollywood, who sang the fucking shit that all the gangsters used to dance to. The real gangster shit. Man, he brought a legend out. He brought a legend out. Where is the health insurance? Where is the unionizing? Where is the fucking help for the elders in this quote unquote culture who put all of their quote unquote, you know what I mean? Come on, fam. It ain't that hard. We got young melanated people that go, we could put policies together and start unionizing these artists and whatnot through their publishing and through some of the rights that they supposed to have and whatnot. How is it that they was signed up with billion-dollar labels and whatnot, billion-dollar corporations? Do the shareholders know about this? No Florida. Well, you know, young Yak, that nigga is running around on crack. You know what I mean? Young Yak is running around on crack. He bugging out. Trina was up there popping pussy. You know what I mean? Who else do we need? Kia. You know what I mean? Trick that. Them niggas don't like New York. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas don't like New York. And they hold a fucking contempt. And you know, I don't know. I think more of them should have been on there. I would have loved to see Pitbull. But they had Trina. Like I said, they couldn't fit the whole world on that bill, and the shit still went 8 hours. Right? Once again, Lil Wayne bring out Rick Ross. You supposed y'all don't know how these shows work. Y'all don't know how these shows work. The main act supposed to bring out all of the other niggas. Trina was supposed to bring out all of fucking Florida. Stop. How many fucking songs does she got? Who's bad? Who's bad? Like, get through get through Nan nigga and then bring other niggas out. That's what they should have did. No Keith Murray, no Bone Thugs. You know, we could, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to see the Goody Mob. I would have loved to see the fucking Goody Mob or Outkast. Because a lot of the what they call the top ranking artists, them niggas is Hollywood. I got a whole list of artists that we didn't see yet. And they got fed from hip hop. Jay-Z, Ye, Rihanna, Drake, Beyonce, Diddy, Dr. Dre, Jermaine Dupri, Mary J, Faith, Timbaland, Swiss Beats, Pharrell, Premier, Latifah, DJ Khaled, 21 Savage, Meek Mill, Cash Money, No Limit, Griselda, Fabulous, Yo Gotti, Future, Little Baby, Little Durk. Like, all of these artists are on tour and everything. But Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? You niggas' egos is crazy, bro. Like, niggas couldn't put a fucking minute to the side and celebrate the culture. That's what I'm saying. I hate when artists think that they above the culture. Put on a fucking show for the world, nigga. It's your birthday. The culture that pays your bills. The culture that got you them fucking chiclet teeth, nigga. Them Tic Tac veneers, nigga. The culture that BBL'd your ass and gave you a whole new fucking look in life, nigga. And took your stomach and put it in your derriere. That culture. The culture that took you out of 5411s and put you in sneakers that cost 5411, nigga. Yeah, that culture. Like, they should have took a day out and just fucking boom. Should have took a day out and just gave up a free concert for the culture so the whole fucking world could benefit, because the fans, we deserve this. We were there. We the 50 years of hip hop. The artists are one thing, but we the 50 year, we hip hop, we the 50 years of it. And our children's children are part of that as well. You know what I'm saying? You know? Because to be honest with you, in the world that I live in, if I was Mayor Adams of New York, I would have did a huge crowdfunding, crowdsourcing campaign. And it would have went into a collective fund. I'd have probably raised like $100 million. And it would have gone towards the artists, not just to their pockets, but to build academies, right? To build institutions, to teach all of the quote unquote pillars of hip hop. So these artists could become professors. So these artists could become experts in their fields and whatnot. So these artists could become principals. So these artists could become owners and whatnot. You understand? That's what they deserve. That museum shit that they talking about is cute and everything, but goddamn it, these artists know how to dance. They need a whole fucking college to teach these young niggas how to perform. And I'm sure the DMC run T.I., because he puts on a hell of a great show. The ones who put on good shows and whatnot, they'll show up. Hakeem Green, my good brother from Channel Live, he's an excellent performer. They should teach these youth, the youth and whatnot, or they should teach young artists. A young artist shouldn't even get signed until he gets a fucking diploma from the Hip Hop Performance Academy, bro. I wish I had my bomb set up. It's a fucking bomb, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I seen the governor of New York looking all out of fucking bounds. She looked crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? She looked fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, niggas wasn't, bro. Them old heads was out here. They wasn't rapping over their beats, nigga. I'ma keep it a buck, nigga. I rap over my beats. Nothing to be proud of. Nigga, I rap over my beats, nigga. What? Yeah, say something. Yeah, them niggas wasn't rapping over their beats, nigga. That nigga Snoop Doggy Dogg looked very comfortable on stage, nigga. I don't know if y'all understand. That's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, bro. They was really mastering the ceremony. I saw a master class at Yankee Stadium to a degree. To a degree. They need to match my nigga DJ Kool Herc with some bread, bro. Fuck out of here. Stop wheeling my nigga out on stage and whatnot. And he looking like he don't know what's going on and whatnot. And you niggas is not late. You niggas is not banding them up. You know what I'm talking about? Find some money from JP Morgan or one of these fucking sponsors, nigga, and break that man off with some bands. You feel me? That's hip hop, niggas. I'm tired of niggas wailing my guy out and y'all don't have nothing to give him but a fucking handshake, nigga. That's not hip hop. Y'all getting all of this corporate bread. Y'all in bed with the billionaires now and whatnot. Y'all getting all of these fucking bags, but y'all can't put no bands in the motherfucking in the OG's hand, and he built this shit. He built this shit. We talking about giving these niggas new jibs and whatnot, and y'all and we still got to talk about this shit at 50 years. Y'all not coming up with collective bans and whatnot. I'm not feeling that, bro. That shit is weak, bro. That's one of the weakest things in this whole culture. Where's the fucking reward for all of that hot we made it to 50, but where's the rewards? Not even an M. An M ain't enough. Yankee Stadium capacity is 60 bands. So out of the 60 bands, right? $2 out of them tickets, they was charging $2.50, y'all. Out of two, give $5, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Niggas don't do the math. Out of them, because this is why they scared of Web3. They scared of Bitcoin. They scared of the blockchain. They're scared of decentralized finances because we have the capabilities to do shit like this with smart contracts and with the blockchains, to whereas we could have made automatically $5 out of every ticket go right into a trust fund, and that trust fund goes right to the pioneers. You understand? For the things that they need, so they could live in homeostasis and whatnot. Send them to a blue zone. Take them out the fucking projects. You know what I'm saying? Pack them up, send them to an island and whatnot. You know what I mean? They deserve that. Send them to Africa. I saw a video on YouTube or Instagram where a dude showed what 100 bands, 150 bands could get you in Africa. Man, I sent that to my wife and was like, what the fuck is up? Nigga, I'm ready to go. I'll go live inside of this mansion every day talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? On the continent, nigga, playing with, running with ostriches and shit like that, nigga. The shit look crazy. I'm like, why not? Why don't y'all just move the elders to Africa? Let them go live every other, you know what I mean, every other month and whatnot. We stay in touch with them. Give them the live stream link. You know what I'm saying? But let them get spiritual baths. Let them get right. Let them get prepared by the mystical ones before they take the fucking path, before they cross over. You know what I'm talking about? They wheeled out Hercules, y'all. Come on, man. They wheeled out cool Hercules, my niggas. You don't understand what that looks like? And they didn't give him they didn't sock it to his pocket. At Yankee Stadium, with all of these fucking executives, with all of these niggas, all of these Ebros, and all of these people that ate off the culture, all of these long noses that are fed off of the culture, billions of dollars made and whatnot. They done generated trillions on this bitch globally. And they wheeled out they wheeled out the goat of this shit. You know what I'm talking about? And him and his sister. She was with Queen Mother Moore, the same lady that brought me and Blue Pill to the United Nations. She's a hitter on a global scale. The old lady that you seen Kool Herc with, that's Queen Mother Moore. She's a legend, y'all. They ain't sock it to his pocket. They didn't open up a trust fund. They didn't open up a school. They didn't make an announcement for an institution to be opened up in fucking 2028. Give us the Umar deadlines, nigga. You know what I mean? You could have just fluffed, my nigga. Nas, he's a fucking technology owner. He's damn near a billionaire. Come on. What are you doing? What are we doing? Come on, what are we doing? Right? Look at the math. They made 15 million off of the seats alone. And they had mad sponsors. Every fucking minute, it was a commercial for some type of corporate entity and whatnot. They had mad sponsors. And if you don't know how the sponsors work, they foot the bill. So most of that shit that you get be profit. And I doubt that they had to pay anybody to perform. Yeah, I don't know if Chico transitioned, but I did hear somebody from Junior Mafia did. Magoo transitioned. Clarence Avant transitioned. You know what I'm saying? The first gold record was Sugar Hill Gang. That shit was like 14 minutes. I was listening to that earlier. You know what I'm saying? A hip, a hop, a hibbit, a hip, the hoppity, don't stop, the bottom, the bang, bang, boogie, the up, jump, the boogie, the boogie, the boogie, the beat. Now, what rap is the light? Right? MC Light, first artist to release a first female artist to release a full hip hop album. And I believe the first one to probably go gold, if I'm correct. You know what I'm saying? And the Brat was the first one to go platinum. Yes, the R&B need a retirement too. We need to get this shit out of the fucking clutches and the claws of the Italian and the Jewish mafia. Because that's who's running our people into the fucking ground with this paper contract. They're paper tigers and whatnot. That's how they rocked our people. You know? But I like the fact that, you know, that the women in hip hop are being acknowledged. You know, Mr. Bristol from JM Transition. Damn, Rising Power. Rising Power. You know, there's a lot of pioneers that are unsung. That if they don't get on these stages, niggas act like they don't exist. Right? Yeah, Foxy, I ain't see her for the whole celebrations. You know. But we looking into the next 50. You know? We looking down the line to the next 50 years. This first 50 was an experiment. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to be super proud about, right? It's a lesson. And it's an experiment. But it's definitely nothing to be braggadocious. It has some good music and it got some great memories. However, it's almost unbalanced in the terms of the infractions. The infractions might tip the scales and have that shit unbalanced because there's so much bullshit and so much iniquity and so much robbery and so much transgressions that have taken place inside of the business of hip hop, the business of hip hop, not the business of rap, the business of hip hop, the whole fucking thing. From the fact that DJs who look like me don't get paid the same amount of money that DJs that look like this. You know what I mean? DJ Calvin and all of these other motherfuckers is getting like $1 million a show type shit. And the pioneers don't even get a fraction of that. The fact that graffiti is inside of Sotheby's and Christie's and whatnot and auction houses, yet and still, you know, the graffiti and the art from brothers and sisters such as myself coming out of the neighborhoods and our artwork is not valued and it's not given the right amount of valuation, right? Even though I feel that our community has some of the greatest artists of this generation, right? The dancing aspect. Motherfuckers took break dancing all around the world, monetized that, capitalized off of it, and motherfuckers, you know, in the hood is just doing TikTok videos, and you won't find them spinning on their heads anymore. You won't find them doing the caterpillar. It's been adopted by other cultures who see the wealth in it, and they're able to generate a lot of wealth. K-pop, what they doing in China, what they doing in Japan. You know what I'm talking about? All of those things that they doing in South America off of our music and whatnot. So our music has spawned Afro beats. It has spawned dance hall. It has spawned K-pop. It has spawned many, many different niches all around the world where people have qualities of life has improved. All right. It has improved dramatically and drastically. And also at the same time, we've also given rise to drill rap, which has been spread around the world and whatnot in the name of Black America. We had it coming out of Chicago, then New York adapted, then the UK adapted it, then Africa adapted it, then Europe adapted it, and now it's everywhere, and people are gangbanging, drilling, and killing, and popping pills, selling pussy, doing all of the things that we do, you know what I mean, in our culture, right? All of the toxic, negative, underworld, left-handed, right? Nihilistic, right? Behaviors that we tend to export because America exports sex, money, and murder. They do it in Hollywood. They do it in their industry, right? That's what they do. They've been exporting sex, money, and murder before hip hop. They just figured out that they could add hip hop into the portfolio. You understand? So when they added into the portfolio, then it did what it had to do. And it proved to be very profitable. But they were doing it already with westerns, spaghetti westerns. They were doing it already with their gangster movies and whatnot, where they systematically created the image of the Italian gangster. Because you notice they never give you no movies showing you the gooish gangsters, right? They ranked the message 51. And yeah, they kind of bugging on that. That was one of the biggest hip hop songs ever fucking made, bro. You know what I'm talking about? The impact of the message, right, was unparalleled. That was a socially conscious message at that time that gave hip hop a whole nother pivot, a whole nother way of being looked at and seen. It became the voice of the voiceless. Yeah, I seen the drone. That shit was fire. That shit was fire. You know. Yeah, damn sure was the number one track of that year. You know, this is around the time of the motherfucking Michael Jacksons and the Madonnas and all of them too. You know. So if anything is gonna change with the music, it's gonna change at the level that we're at right now. Don't ever look for the mainstream music to restore the feeling. You understand? Because that's not what that is. That's commercials. You understand? That's Hollywood. That's compromise. It's not what you think it is. However, it can be utilized if you know what you're doing with it. But where my focus usually is, and where my attention goes, right, and where my passion rests, is in the creations of my peers, because I would rather listen to my peers talk to me than listen to some motherfuckers that I don't know, right? I don't know nothing about. And 8 times out of 10, they are completely capping on everything that they say, right? So I'm not gonna necessarily extend myself because I'm a connoisseur of this culture. I already did that. I already been there, done that. I'm more interested in finding out what my peers are spitting, or I'll listen to my shit. That's what I said. I'm gonna create my own, my own soundtrack, and I'm gonna just rock out with that. But for those of us who want to hear better music, we got to start creating better music. For those of us who want to hear better artists, you got to go either creating or look for them because they're out there. It's the fact that you get caught up in fanfare and you won't allow yourself to give somebody a chance if they're not caught up in this quote unquote fame cycle and whatnot. That's something that you got to deal with. So if you're not dedicated to the music, right? If you're not really chasing the music, you just chasing the motherfucking fame and whatnot, and the fame monster, then you would have to reevaluate what your approach really is. Because if it's really about the music, your ass to be the proverbial digging crates is going on motherfucking Spotify and running through multiple playlists. It's the digital version of digging crates. Or you will go to the record store, old school style, and go digging crates, or you would go find some CDs and whatnot and run through those, or you will go on Bandcamp and support, or SoundCloud and support those independent artists and find the diamond in the rough that speaks to you. You feel me? Because they're out there. They're out there. They're just not part of the mainstream cycle. You feel me? And based off of the quality of the music today, it's really not hard to find people with a superior sound than that crapola that they're running on the fucking radios and that they're pushing saying that the shit is hot. Like, Ice Spice and all of them, right? No disrespect to Ice Spice whatsoever, but Ice Spice is an industry plant. So the way that I look at her is going to be completely different than how I would look at somebody who I would think, working their way up organically. You feel me? She is Elliot Lucian Grand's son named Elliot Grand, who has a record label called Tin Oak Project, the same label that signed Takashi 69 and Trippie Redd. The reason why Takashi 69 was so influential and powerful in the industry is not because of him, and it damn sure is not because of the Bloods. It had everything to do with Elliot Grange, who is Lucian, who Lucius from Empire was modeled after. He is the most powerful player in the industry, right? And his son, the pet project of his son, is an indie label named Tin Oak Projects, and that's the same label that pushed this young lady into the living rooms of 8-year-olds and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds. That's who they're pushing this young thought to, okay? Who bends over and grabs her ass every time she performs, or she grabs her box, or no, her bonus hole every time that she performs, right? Yes, salute to Shine for being reelected. Salute to Shine. You dig? He's making big moves in Belize. He's gonna be a heavy. I mean, he's hitting already. He's in his bag. I love to see the progression of Jamal Young Shine because I seen him. We was there in the beginning when he was in Flatbush with us. Pulling out gats and pretty much, flirting with death a lot. He was outside for real, for a minute, you know. But yeah, there's so many creative people out here, man. I challenge y'all to help create the next superstars. You feel me? Be loyal, y'all. That's all it takes. Be loyal. Be loyal to these artists because we all human. Nobody, if you haven't seen in the last 50 years by being connoisseurs of this culture, it's been revealed that everybody puts on their pants one leg at a time. It's been revealed that everybody bleeds like us. It's been revealed that we're not these superheroes and these anomalies that you took us for and whatnot. Some of us are just like you. You know what I'm saying? We just have these gifts and these skills that we've been able to nurture, the same fucking skills and gifts that you have nurtured as well, or have the ability to nurture. You might be nice on your feet. I might be nice with my hands. Somebody might be nice with their mouth. You know what I mean? It's just different. Everybody has their own set of quote unquote powers, right? However, you just have to be a straight up supportive fan. Like if you rock with somebody, ride it out with them. Believe in them. Follow them on their journey. Support them. You don't need permission from nobody else. We have to break that shit. You don't have nobody to tell you who to support and when to support them, when to go see them. You don't need the hype, nigga. You know what I mean? Hype yourself up. You know? Play the music. Let that get you hype. But these artists out here, they just need true fans. And then they will fare better and they won't have to sign their lives away to these fucking vulture cultures and culture vultures. You know what I mean? Because they still vulturing and that shit will never stop. You dig? It will never stop. It's 50 years in and niggas is still getting beat. So what does that tell you? Right? And there's a way around it. But people are still getting beat to this day. Still getting beat in the street. And what does that tell you? That they don't care. The ones who come before you, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. It's obvious they don't give a fuck about the youth. Because they would have hipped them if they really did. You know? Hell yeah. Music is gonna completely change in the next years, though. It's going to be it's gonna change. Technology is gonna play a part of that, the same way that technology changed disco music into rap music. You know what I mean? It's gonna change. It is going to change. You feel me? You said Atlanta runs rap. You think so? Really? I don't think they do anymore. And I'm out here. And I'm not being biased, but I don't think that they run it anymore. Respectfully, you know. I want to know from y'all because I made my choice. But what do you think? What would you say? Right? Was the best decade for this culture called hip hop? What would you say? Well, I would never say that New York is running hip hop right now. Well, I'm not disillusional. Hell fucking no. We know that. New York hasn't been running hip hop in a very long time. We don't even have to run it. We started it though. You know what I'm talking about? Like we don't need to run it. We ran it long enough. And when we ran that shit, we fucking ran it, nigga. Like we put out classics. Go and look at the top fucking albums, nigga. That came out of that era. When we was running shit, theoretically from 73 to between 93, I would say the shit fell around night when Big died, right? nigga. And in between there, you got Snoop in them with the Chronic, Doggy Style, or that West Coast run and whatnot. You got classics, but yeah, what we talking about? What we talking about? We good. We got to share. Fuck. Can't run it forever. That's like with black people. You was running shit too forever. Now you got to share and let these people fuck some shit up. We was running shit. You know what I'm saying? We was running shit so much we got bored. Entropy sets in. Black people running shit for millions of fucking years. Entropy sets in. Now somebody else gets to drive the bus. B and C in that order. B first because C was influenced by it and built off of B. E is not influenced by anything that came before. There was a break in the chain. Good observation, right? Good observation. 95 to 99, best years on the planet for music videos to the culture. Great observation from you. The big sellout came around 95. Devastating for you. Woo! I like that shit. I like that. I'm gonna go with C. C. We got B. We got B and C. We got B. We got A, B, C. We got C. We got B. They going with the golden era. They like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Going with the golden era. We got a D there. We got an E coming in. We got an A. We got another C up in this thing. B, C, C, C. Uh-huh. D, pause. C, 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 B. All right. We got a B, y'all. We got another B. C. New York City ain't been popping since Big C. Ah. Ah. BNC, BNC. The golden age is B, B, B. What up, B? On my New York shit. What up, B? 8 niggas die every day, B. Man, this shit is so hard for me. Pause. Oh man. This is one of difficult. They're difficult. They're difficult. They're difficult. They're difficult, man. But if I would have to go with it, I'm going with motherfucking C too, nigga. I'm going with C. C was the tunnel era all the way up into the that's not even Jeezy and whatnot. 03. Who does it end on in 03? That's early Cash Money. Cause 03, I'm in Miami. That's the crunk era, my niggas. Right? That's the beginning of the crunk eras. Right. And let's talk about the New York niggas that helped put on all that Atlanta shit. Let's talk about if Jay-Z wasn't the president of motherfucking Def Jam, Rick Ross, Jeezy, and a few others. I mean, let's talk about the nigga behind T.I., the New Yorker dude who made Transition Phillip. Let's talk about that. You know, New York came down and they helped set up the New York. The New York niggas came and set the Atlanta industry up. Facts. I was here. Facts. They brought that fucking energy down here, bro. Let's stop it. Like I'm not even gonna disrespect nobody, but let's keep it a Buckington. You know what I mean? Let's stop playing with this shit. And then Meech came with BMF. And that's another out of town movement. Yeah, so C is lit. But what ends? What's ending C though? What's the end of C? I believe that's the crunk era in 2003. That's the crunk era. Jeezy doesn't come yet. There's no Jeezy. There's T.I. T.I. got you niggas on lock in 03 in Atlanta. I was there. You know what I'm talking about? I was there. You understand? I remember T.I. had niggas calling him the Jay-Z of Atlanta, of the South for that matter. Yeah, Raekwon put the stamp, but yeah, I Slick Rick and Raekwon, but they was getting stamped anyway. Oh yeah, 03 is the 50 era. Okay, that's Get Rich or Die Trying, nigga. That's the beginning of the war. Okay, yeah, that's 03. That's the beginning of the war. That's fucking G Unit, nigga. Yeah, all right. So 93, which is the tunnel era, which is the mixtape era, right? 1993, that's early Clue. That's the mixtapes, niggas. That's freestyle. That's Nas on his Esco shit. That's Mob Deep on his shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That's Nas on, that's fucking Wu-Tang, my niggas. That's Biggie first popping out with One More Chance and all of that. That's 93. That's Mary J. That we don't even got Cameron yet. Cameron comes a little bit later. But we got some of the illest mixtapes coming out in this era right here. Mm-hmm. You get DMX in 97. Yes, you definitely get DMX. You get Jay-Z. You get Nas. You know what I'm saying? You get all of that shit right there. Big L still alive then, I think. Yeah. Yeah. This nigga said Chief Cave. Yeah. Super Thug. Horse and Carriage. Stack Bundles. When is Stack Bundles? When is Stack Bundles? Stack Bundles a little later, right? Is that Smack DVD around that time? Is Smack DVD lit in 03? Huh? 96 is the greatest year in hip hop rap history. I ain't gonna hold you, Shaka. You might be on one with that. How much for a feature? Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. Grand Poobah. Yeah, that's that golden era. But Grand Poobah was lit in 93 a little bit too. Okay, Stacks is 05. Right. Stack Bundle is 05. Smack DVD is what year? Smack DVD is what year? Smack is about 05, right? When I came to New York. He was a little before that. Lil Boozy whole catalog. 92. Bundles was cooking in 2000s. Yeah. Soldier Slim was lit, right? I remember when Soldier Slim Camp Low was lit. They would go 93, like 92, 93. J ran with they flow and whatnot. They didn't cross over into that 93, 2000. What was Camp Low? Wait, they might have been 94 or 5. My bad. Yeah, my bad. They was a little before that. They was 94. In 96, Biggie and Pop ruled the air. Yeah, they damn sure did. Jeezy first album was better than anything in C. Wow. So Jeezy first album better than Get Rich or Die Trying, nigga? Are you serious? Are you fucking dumb? Yeah. Are you serious? It's better than the Chronic album, bro. Do you know what the fucking Chronic album is? Young man. Are you serious? It's better than Purple Tape, nigga? Like, I understand. When is Max B? Because Max B was killing the mixtapes. He was a fucking problem. When is yeah, nah, Lil Wayne is later on. Wait, when is Squad Up? When is Squad Up? Because no, Lil Wayne is a part of C. You know what I'm talking about? Lil Wayne comes out with fucking what? Hey, what, nigga? What's Juvenile first album? With 4,000 Degrees? Was that like 98? 4,000 Degrees? I'm bugging on what? Smooth the Hustler was fucking a problem. Broken English, nigga. Come on, B. Come on, B. Stop that. 06 Squad Up. Midnight Marauders is a super fax. 4,000 degrees, right? 400 degrees. What year is that? Hot Boys is, come on now. Hot Boys 99, little niggas. Come on now, Hot Boys. That C is dangerous. That C is dangerous. You know what I'm talking about? That C is dangerous. ABC, also a dash of E because of artists like The Pillars, Lizzie Jeff, Sarak Bada, Stroder MC, Jenny Nahor, to name a few. Yes, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. 97. Somebody said New York music was trash to us. Listen, it's no problem. You understand? It's probably trash to a lot of people. You know what I'm talking about? But that doesn't take anything away from what the fuck it did and what it lived up to. You understand? It doesn't take anything away from the memories of it. It doesn't take anything away from the impact of it. It doesn't take anything away from the history of it. You could look at it and there's niggas that come on these battle rap stages every battle and they feel the same way and they get their boots smoked. You know what I'm talking about? And it's people that feel just like that, but you're supposed to feel like that because you're supposed to be into that regional bullshit that your city is better and all of that. And it is what it is. No problem. No problem. Because we damn sure thought that you niggas was trash. You know what I'm talking about? That's not a fucking mystery. We really thought that you niggas was hot fucking basuda. So if you feel the same way about us, the feeling is definitely mutual. You know what I'm talking about? You know? At least I respect who comes before me. And I know when I'm standing on somebody's shoulders. You know what I'm saying? I'm man enough to admit that. You know? And we know what Dipset did for Wheezy. And we know what them trips to New York did for T.I. So, I love seeing all them videos where they be running up on KRS-One and Busta. Yo, man. Man, man. You watched all 8 hours of the celebration yes, I watched all 8 hours. You know what I'm talking about? You know? And people say that they not standing on shoulders. You was born in 2008, nigga. How the fuck do you know what you standing on? You was born in 2020, nigga. You a COVID baby. You know what I'm talking about? I got COVID babies in my chat. Boss babies in the fucking chat talking about what shoulder did they standing on. How the hell do you know? You wasn't even there, bro. You don't even got no OGs like that. Your OGs is 18. Come on now. That's the niggas who grandmoms is 35. We good. I don't know, man. I don't know how a fan of music could disrespect the fucking town, bro. Like, I really don't know, man. They said that they was growing niggas out of test tubes. When I saw Tyrone, they had niggas in labs and shit. I think these them niggas right here. You feel me? If my spider sense is right, nigga, these them niggas right here. Them niggas that they was in Tyrone with the blue light, nigga, with the blue light. See, it's crazy. Yeah, 93 till infinity. Uh-huh. I'm going with C. Like that, you already know I be talking about the tunnel era, and I be talking about the mixtapes and shit like that. You know, I be in my bag. I'm damn near. I'm on Pope Pablo status when I talk about the tunnel era. So fuck that. Yes, 93 to '03 is the best era, the most lit in the terms of music coming out, R&B, rap, and the culture of hip hop, fashion, my niggas, money. You know what I mean? There was a lot of money being made during those times. That was a gold rush. Y'all was outside? Yeah, that was a gold rush. The money, the skies was electrified because that shit was falling out. That's a fact. You know? That's a factory. The bread was there. Yeah, we was in them icebergs. You know what I'm talking about? We was putting that shit on. You know? We was putting that shit on. Yeah, 99 was lit. 99 was lit. B got more flavor. I mean, you know, once again, I'm always going to recommend something to precede something. So, yes, 83 to 93, more culture. If you were to ask me, hell yeah, way more conscious, way more culture. It's the seasoning. It's the foundation in which this new era from the what they call the bad boy era, because that's exactly what 93 is. It's the bad boy era. It's the shiny suit era, right? Puffing them. It's not JD. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the puffy era right there. Hype Williams made the fucking movie. He was the one who he curated the look. And Puff was the one who created the soundtrack in the beginning of that era. That's what I'm saying. That's when people's lives started changing. Keep in mind, we're still talking about poverty, right? We're still reminding you that there had to be a time because everybody wasn't selling drugs. Everybody wasn't a big Willie. Everybody wasn't fucking Ghost on Power, right? So there was a time when the music made people who were comfortable with $100, right, start saying to themselves, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't life. This nigga just said that he walk around with $1,000. I want to see what that feels like, right? Oh, did this nigga just say a 600 Benz? I'm riding it. I'm stunting in the Accord, my niggas. Did he just say the 600 Benz? Did he just say a Lambo? Right? And people started switching up. From what I remember, this is the era of ashy to classy. This is the era of crash commercialism and brash capitalism. You feel me? They gave birth to the trap music. This nigga said trap music birth hip hop. Right? It gave birth to the trap rap. It gave birth to the get money music. It gave birth to delusions of grandeur that you was gonna be the richest nigga, you know, on the porch. So yeah, man, 93 to 2003, that's the gold rush. That's the money rush. That's when niggas was really getting to that bread. That opened up the fact that other generations after them could get to more bread. Do I know anything about Jaguar Wright? That she was singing with the Roots and whatnot. She's, you know. So yeah, man. Just going through the little reminiscing, you know what I'm saying? You know, as we could see from the comments that people have varying opinions on how they see the music and whatnot. And that is warranted, that is respected, that is accepted. You know what I mean? And like I say, this is public discourse, right? We're from around the world on this line and whatnot. We from everywhere. So it's always good to have these conversations because you really get to see how people feel and how they think. You know what I'm talking about? And just how they see things and whatnot. And to me, that's interesting. You feel me? ATL was on fire in '03. Yes, it was. That shit was lighting up. Duo Live was tearing up South Beach. Yep, I was out there with Duo Live tearing up South Beach in like '04, '05. You know what I mean? That was and then that's the rise of Jeezy around that time. And then after that, Wayne start going crazy, Rick Ross start going crazy. You dig? You met a 12-year-old listening to Chief Keef in 2012? Yeah, yeah. I told you the YK Osiris babies, the ones that were born in 2000, right? The YK Osiris babies. They were the 12-year-olds in 2012 fucking with Chief Keef when he was around 16, dropping that murder music and whatnot. You feel me? It's a lot of bread right there. What did it do for Atlanta if it did all of that? Where did it go back to? You know? Wait, you said 45 billion in '03? Yeah, you gotta show me that receipt, bro. A lot of fucking bread. You feel me? Yep, Young Dro, D4L, Shorty Low. That Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. Andy girl. Yeah. I think as it goes down to those D's and E's, that shit gets diluted heavily, you know. Heavenly. You feel me? But yeah, man. ATL went mainstream when the movie ATL came out. Is that what did it? You never caught on the Chief Keef? Yeah, it was an acquired taste. You feel me? It was definitely an acquired taste. I was studying the little nigga, and from studying him, I just started listening to the shit, you know? See, the thing with me is, if you got a story, then you already got me. You know what I'm saying? If you got an interesting story and your shit is not, I'm talking about basuda, hot garbage, then you'll get me as a listener. I'm not necessarily a fan at that point, but I'm gonna put myself into your story because I'm into shit like that. You feel me? So when I got into Chief Keef's story and I started looking into his shit, I'm playing John Madden, I'm playing Bang, playing this shit, and then the shit happens with Lil Jojo. And I was locked in. You know what I'm talking about? I was locked in after that because I was like, oh shit. I think like a few days before, I seen Traffic, the video with him and Reese, Lil Reese. They had the video with, remember when Reese was acting all zesty with him? And I was like, yo, these little niggas, they look like they really be up to no good. And then after that, they bodied Lil Jojo. That's when that shit started getting real. And it just really made me look at it, like this ain't no regular music. These are some little children. Wow. Then I started reporting about it to the community and forecasting certain things. And here we are now. You know. So then when I seen it growing in New York, I was able to call it out like, yo, I see this shit bubbling. It's about to boil over. And then when Pop Smoke got clipped, right? Because I already was seeing it. We was already talking about it on the show. But then when he got clipped, that's when that shit, it threw it into it threw the culture, it threw drill into the spotlight in ways that they could have never imagined. You feel me? I just seen a video the other day where Fabio Foreign gave Q Butter a plaque because I said it on the show many years ago that he recorded Big Drip at Q Butter Studio, which is called a Zayek Studio in Brownsville, Brooklyn. And if anybody from Brooklyn knows, Brownville is a very active, dangerous place. But we can't blame our brother for the music that artists record at his studio. He's in Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why he said he was gonna blow New Jersey up. Them niggas was on his ass in New York, in Jersey for that matter. Yes, rest in peace to Magoo. You know, rest in peace to Magoo. So 50 years later in the Bronx, the home of hip hop, there's a war going on outside. 50 years later, right? Because hip hop, when it was born, there was gangs called the Black Spades and the Zulu Nation and other quote unquote movements. It was similar to the movie The Warriors. No exaggeration. Like they're not, and also the Miseducation of Sonny Carson. You'll see the gangs in there. Like they had real gangs. Jolly Stompers. They had real fucking gangs, and they was really about that life, and they was really dangerous and whatnot. So fast forward to celebration of the 50th anniversary in the borough of the Bronx, where Yankee Stadium resides. This same borough currently has almost a doppelganger to the conditions that existed 50 years ago. Yeah, it's somewhat cleaned up, and it's somewhat gentrified, and the buildings aren't necessarily burning per se, but the Bronx is definitely on fire once again, right? And the drillers, the youth, right? Young little niggas, little skinny, unsuspecting face mask wearing niggas, they out there spraying shit up, you know what I'm saying? Bodying shit, catching real stains, catching Ricos, and raising a motherfucking murder rate throughout the whole city. So some things change and some things remain the same. You understand? Some things change, some things remain the same. So it's right back to where it started, and even worse to that degree, because it wasn't as violent in the Bronx, in my humble opinion, as it is these days. Or I could be, I could be mistaken. I might have to Google the crime rates in 1973 Bronx and compare it to 2023 and see what we come up with, because they both was very active periods. You dig? You said they on fire because of Ice Spice. Remember the Bush Babies? That was my peoples. Yeah, shout out to the Bush Babies. Shout out to Onyx. You know. Yeah, they not knuckling up, right? Because they was knuckling up back in those days. They not. I don't want nobody to be under the impression they was not shooting you in 1973. They wasn't running around having drive-bys and walk-ups. They wasn't hopping out with rifles and fucking Vietnam weaponry. That's not what they were doing, right? People was busting their guns. Yes, don't get it fucked up. Like ratchets was going off, but the gang warfare wasn't relegated to hammers and whatnot. They were more so fighting. Those were the days of the hands. That's where Mike Tyson and Mitch Green and them niggas come from, that era of the knuckle game, right? Niggas had knuckle games. You feel me? They had the knuckle game. That's what that was about. They was scrapping. And you might get beat with a bat or a brass knuckle or a chain or a bat with spikes and whatnot. If you went to jail, you had to know how to fight because they were fighters back then. Them niggas was on some Apollo Creed type shit. You know what I mean? Them niggas was moving like bison. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was sliding like bison. You feel me? So you knew you had to have a hand game. As time progressed and whatnot, it turned into razors. The youth started cutting and whatnot. They didn't want to fight. They started cutting. behind the wall, and then they started slicing with the razors, and then they started shooting in the streets, and it's never been, it's never turned back. So yeah, these little skinny niggas, these little dudes in the street, in the hood and whatnot, it's like 90 pounds. These niggas are not even welterweights. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are welterweights. Yeah, they got guns bigger than them. Yeah, Balrog. No, they sliding like Bison, but they uppercutting like Balrog. That's how they was fighting. So now they hopping out with rocket launchers and shit and switches, and they spraying the block. So yeah, man, shit crazy. Shit crazy. But it is what it is, That is what it is. This just happened in New York too. Today. I gotta put this on a record because this is gonna change things dramatically, And this goes into the conversation that we was having about the private military contractors.
For us on this, Pete, what do we know?
Well, it was 14 years ago that the Supreme Court said that the Second Amendment does provide an individual right to have a gun, but they said it was at home for self-defense. And ever since then, the court has declined to answer the question, well, what about the part of the Second Amendment that says keep and bear arms? What about guns in public? And today, the Supreme Court has answered that question by a vote of 6-3 in an opinion written by Justice Clarence Thomas, saying that the Second Amendment does provide a right to have a gun outside the home. Now, the law in question in New York said there's no right to carry a gun openly in New York, but to get a concealed carry permit, a person had to go to the county sheriff and show some special need, something beyond just a general desire for self-defense. And today, the Supreme Court said that's unconstitutional. That puts a limit on the right to have a gun. So the Supreme Court says, number one, states cannot put these special restrictions on getting a gun for a concealed carry permit. Now, this decision obviously will have an immediate effect in New York, and it'll also affect the 7 other states that have similar laws: California, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Maryland, Massachusetts, and New Jersey.
To NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams, who is live for us on this. Pete, what do we know?
Well, it was 14 years ago that the Supreme Court said that the Second Amendment does provide an individual right to have a gun, but they said it was at home for self-defense. And ever since then, the court has declined to answer the question, well, what about the part of the Second Amendment that says keep and bear arms? What about guns in public? And today, the Supreme Court has answered that question by a vote of 6-3 in an opinion written by Justice Clarence Thomas, saying that the Second Amendment does provide a right to have a gun outside the home. Now, the law in question in New York said there's no right to carry a gun openly in New York, but to get a concealed carry.
Imagine how much Clarence Thomas got paid. So there you have it. You know what I mean? Right back to what we were talking about a few weeks ago about the need to create a private military corporation. Now everybody's going to have a gun, so we could really have that conversation. You understand? And now everybody in New York is going to be strapped up. And if you haven't been to New York lately, I'm here to let you know that there's a lot of quote unquote walking targets right now who are having mental health issues, who are going to get Bernard Guest. You understand? Because white people are going to shoot. And immigrants, more importantly, right? This is not just going to be Europeans. This is going to be the Africans. This is going to be the Indians. This is going to be the Chinese, nigga. That's the ones that's going to pop off. Those are the ones that are going to shoot. Those are the ones that are going to be deputized. They might even think about deputizing all these fucking immigrants that they letting up in here with this migrant shit that's sleeping on floors and whatnot. They might just throw them niggas in a suit and strap them up. You feel me? But I could just forecast what that's about to look like in the next year. And I would say to get in front of that and legalize your unit, right? Legalize your team and start doing what? Filing out the paperwork to become a private military corporation, not a militia. Don't go with that. You're going to get Grandmaster Jade. That militia shit is not, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna tell nobody what to do and what not to do, but I'm here to let you know that I think that they kind of checkmated that, and that might be a little that's a little sizzling right now. You might want to create a private military corporation. You could protect private citizens, you could protect private corporations, and you're for hire, right? To do the biddings, not of the highest bidder, but do the biddings of people who look like you, who need protection and they need security, and they need people to go on missions for them, and they'll pay. You got all of these black billionaires and whatnot. They need a PMC around them. You got black businesses that got to go around the world and do business. You got women out here, big boss CEO women's and whatnot. Y'all need protection, bro. Stop playing. Y'all need protection. And it ain't just gonna be a regular nigga walking around with a gun and whatnot. You need a PMC moving forward, especially because this shit look like it's about to collapse. 1, 2, because why not? 3, because others are doing it. Not to follow what others are doing, but what the Wagner group is doing by way of Russia, it's unprecedented, bro. It's unprecedented. With the Wagner group, they done took Africa damn near over. They're gonna fight it out, but they're gonna, if they win, if they beat the French, you know what I mean? They're gonna come out on top, owning gold mines, diamond mines. They're gonna have mad equity and all kind of shit on the continent. They already do have that. They're backing the Sudan war, the civil war. They're in Mali, niggas. They own gold, they own oil fields in Syria based off of combat. Right? Niggas is out here playing with pennies and doing it for nothing. So I'm just here to let you know the leveling up looks good on you. You know what I'm talking about? Leveling up looks good on you. Don't just be a victim, and don't be on the sidelines, because they not making it easy, bro. They just changed the laws and told everybody you could strap up. You feel me? They told everybody to strap up. Stand your ground type of shit. And nah. It's time to really be proactive and not reactive and see this thing for what it is. I see the bigger picture. So with that being said, we've been here for 2 hours and a half. It's been a wonderful conversation. Shout out to all of the pioneers of the culture. Feel me? Shout out to all of the pioneers of the culture. You know? Shout out to all of the OGs and whatnot, whose shoulders that we stand on, who put this shit in motion and whatnot. Salute to all of y'all. Real talk. You know? Real talk. And all of the creators, the ones that are gonna write the rules for the next 50 years in this culture, you know, that's in it, y'all sitting around in your studios with your pads and whatnot. Yeah, salute to you too. You know, pull up. What you waiting for? You know? So yeah, man. With that being said, we're gonna end this with Red Opals. Make sure y'all go and stream that. You dig? Love and light. Peace.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking a gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, cooking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we.
Hold on. Before I forget, we'll go back to that. Give me 1 minute. I don't want to forget this. on 9/10 for everybody in the building in the city of Atlanta on 9/10, right? The day after we come down from Stone Mountain, okay? On September the 10th. Well, let's start it like this. On 9/9, right? On 9/9, which is almost 30 days from now. Well, less than 30. We return to Stone Mountain, aka Crystal Mountain. Black Magic 363, Know the Ledge presents Return to Stone Mountain 9/9/23. Meet us at the base of the mountain, right? Meet us at the base of the mountain at 6:45 a.m. You dig? Meet us at the base of the mountain on 6:45 a.m. and we're going to take that trek up Crystal Mountain and we're going to do a ceremony up there. And we're going to be joined by family, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be mystical, spiritual, and you should not miss it. And then we're going to be shooting a video with Cambada and Brother Rich later on that day in the West End by Tassili's and whatnot. Then the next day, right, which is a Sunday, A.A. Rashid, Blue Pillar, Red Pillar, we're going to be doing Dark Matter Timing 23 or DMT 23. That is going to be an art show / presentation, right? And we have limited seating, okay? We're going to be at a powerful, beautiful, dynamic new spot that we got. And the seating is limited. The tickets are available on KTLUniversity.com. This is going to be something that you can't miss. Dark Matter Timing, the experience with A.A. Rashid, Blue Pillar 44, Red Pillar 44. All right. So with that being said, let us get up out of here. Go and stream that Red Summer. You dig? Peace. Go that Red Opals on streaming platform.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coconut bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, like in your land. Hopping the sprinters, tore the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging his pitfalls, watching his bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We up it and squeeze, tuck it and leave, we leaving a stain. Fuck a Febreze, running the banks, causing a crashing. Feather the feds, Moorish the fashion, horse we was smashing, kicking the door. Wave on 4 force, it was blasting, mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon it formed against me was me. Perfected the storm, it's Bentley receipts. Washing the benches, we rinse and repeat. Century of self, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning, flooded the bright lean. The hunger was biting. Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coconut bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, like in your land. Hopping the sprinters, tore the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging his pitfalls, watching his bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We up it and squeeze, tuck it and leave, we leaving a stain. Fuck a Febreze, running the banks, causing a crashing. Feather the feds, Moorish the fashion, horse we was smashing, kicking the door. Wave on 4 force, it was blasting, mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon it formed against me was me. Perfected the storm, it's Bentley receipts. Washing the benches, we rinse and repeat. Century of self, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning, flooded the bright lean. The hunger was biting, biting.